Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Inshallah, we will review section number 1 over here. So, al-ism mansub. Okay, this is relative adjective. Relative adjectives. Okay, now these are nouns. Okay, which show something or someone related to it. Okay, which show show which show something. This is something or someone, okay, to be related to it. Okay, here's are some examples. For example, Baghdadiyun. Okay, so here I'll just write some examples that are given here. Baghdadiyun. Okay, and now you can see a number of things can be from Baghdad. Okay, someone or something from Baghdad. So a whole host of things can be from Baghdad. So Baghdadiyun. So this relative adjective can be used to show that whatever you're talking about is from Baghdad. So a noun which shows that someone or something is related to Baghdad. Okay, so this shows that whatever you're talking about is related to Baghdad. And here's another example. Okay, so okay, Sarfiyun. Okay, so Sarfiyun is somebody who's apparently expert in surf, expert in morphology. Okay, Sarfiyun. Somebody who's expert in morphology, and in a similar way, apparently, Nahwiyun. And you can see this. There's a pattern emerging, right? So, expert in Nahw, in Arabic grammar. Okay, so that's that. And then there's another example, maybe in Hindiyun. Okay, so and you can clearly see there's something common between all of them, the union business, right? So they're all that's how we kind of attach the yun to this. So this is somebody's from India, so Indian. Okay, so these are examples of someone or something. Baghdad, you will be someone or something from Baghdad. Okay, so these are just some examples. So there are rules for constructing these. Okay, ism mansub. So there are rules. There are like 9 comments that are mentioned there. So the rules. So what are the rules? Okay, so to show the relationship, to create these words, what you do is you add a ya. Okay, and with a shadda on it. Okay, yeah, with a shadda. This is called. I'll try to write this out here. This is ya u an nisbati. So nisbati, characteristic, relative adjective. Nisbati. Nisbati al-mushaddatu, with the mushadda. Al-mushadda. Mushadda. Garden. Ya nisbatil mushaddatu. Ya nisbatil mushaddatu. So that's this ya. And it has to be preceded by a kasra. See, it has to be preceded here by a kasra. So it has to have a kasra before it. Okay, so all of this, you see there's a kasra here, there's a kasra here, there's a kasra here, there's a kasra here. So ya nisbatil mushaddatu. ياء ياء النسبة المشددة is a ya with the mushaddad shaddad here, and it has to be preceded by a kasra. So it's tagged on basically to end of a word, okay? And it depends on the word how you're going to do this. So in the first case scenario, okay, so let's just see the first case scenario. If let's just there's some of these are if then rules, okay, so we can put those if then rules, okay. So if, okay, if there's a 3 or 4 letter word, okay, 3 or 4 letter word, okay, is a 3 or 4 letter noun? Okay, these are all going to be nouns, so we might as well write down. Is a 3 or 4 letter noun, okay, which ends in alif maqsura, okay, which ends in alif maqsura. Just write down alif al maqsura. So alifu, al, okay, al alifu, al alif al maqsura, مقصورة الألف المقصورة. Okay, what's ألف المقصورة? Okay, this is ألف مقصورة. That's an ألف مقصورة. Okay, if that's the case, then so if a 3 or 4 letter word noun which ends with ألف مقصورة, okay, then okay, ألف مقصورة is changed to a vowel. Okay, so this alif maqsura, okay, is changed. It's changed to a wow. Okay, if the word is a 3 or 4 letter noun, okay, which ends with alif maqsura, then the alif maqsura is changed to a wow. For example, okay, so we have, for example, Isa. Okay, so we have Isa. Okay, so that's a 1, 2, 3 Isa. Okay, so Isa, 3 or 4 letter word. So here's Isa, and so we're gonna just drop this, change that to a wow. Okay, the alif maqsura is changed to a wow, so it becomes E. Okay, we still have the sa. Okay, and then we change that alif maqsura to a wow. It has to have a kasra, remember? It has to have a kasra here because of this over here. Okay, and then we put our ياء النسبة المشددة like this. Okay, يساوي like this. Tara. Okay, so what you do is you change this alif maqsura and you bring that into a wow. Okay, يساوي. Okay, change that to a wow. So, and I should probably have written this like this. Okay, that'd be nice if I just wrote this in this color over here. Okay, so you change that to a wow isawiyun. Okay, so if a noun ends with alif maqsura, you change that alif maqsura to a wow, and then you add the ya'un nisbatil mushaddadatu. Okay, that's one rule. Okay, that's very good. Maybe we can go on to rule number 2 now. Okay, so rule number 2, if a noun ends with alif mamduda, I knew you were thinking about that. So because alif maqsura is there, what about alif mamduda? So if a noun, wait a minute, there's one more thing we gotta add here. Okay, before we go on to the next one, I apologize. What if it's a 5-letter word? Okay, in the case of a 5-letter word, then just put that in here. Same thing. If, okay, if 5 letter word, okay, if it's which ends with ya makhsura, uh, 5 word nouns which ends with uh, which ends with alif makhsura like this. Okay, if it's a 5 letter word, then then you just drop. Then you just drop. Let's just drop the poor ya makhsura. Just leave it out. That's a ya makhsura. It's a funky looking ya makhsura, but okay, ya makhsura. Okay, so if it then drop it. Okay, the Mustafa, for example, here's one. Okay, Mus. Okay, for the. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then what you do is you just drop this. So this becomes, okay, musta, musta, mustafiyun. See that? Remember, it has to have a kasra before. See, okay, mustafiyun. Okay, so you just drop the alif maqsura, mustafiyun. Okay, so we got this. That's the first rule. Okay, mustafiyun. Okay, the second rule is this. Okay, now we talk about alif mamduda. Okay, if a noun ends with alif mamduda, if a noun ends with alif mamduda, so here is al alifu, al aliful mamduda, mamduda tu, aliful mamduda tu. Okay, what is aliful mamduda? You say, and you should definitely say that. Alif mamduda is alif followed by hamza like that. Uh, put a little thing like that. That's alif mamduda. So that's alif mamduda, which is hamza after alif. Okay. Then the hamza should be changed to a waw. Okay. If that's the case, then then the hamza is changed to a waw. Here we go. Easy peasy lemony squeezy. If you have alif mamduda, you change it hamza to a waw. Okay, so example, sama'un, sama'un. So this is alif followed by hamza. So this is alif mamduda. So we're going to change this. Okay, so we're going to change this. All right, I can't, so I just change this. So that's becomes sama. Okay, then I put a we. Has to be a kasra, right? So because it always has to be a kasra. Samawiyun. There we go. Samawiyun. Let's just use Samawiyun. There we go. Sama is sky. Samawiyun, something to do with the sky, like of the skies. Okay. So alif mamda. If it ends with alif mamduda, then the hamza is changed to a wow. Samaun, samawiyun. Okay, that's rule number 2. Let's do one more rule before we change locations here. Rule number 3. If the noun which already ends with the ya does not require another ya. Okay, this is a good one. So I like if then rules because it's easier to remember, I think. If a noun, this is all if a noun, you should know. If a noun ends with, that's a with, if a noun already ends with a ya, okay, if a noun ends with a ya, Okay, then, okay, that's easy enough. It does not, it does not, it does not need another ya. Ya unisbati. It does not need the ya. U ya un nisba nisbati. Okay, it does not need it. So just leave it be, basically. For example, okay, the example would be Shafi'iyun. Shafi'iyun. Shafi'iyun will just remain Shafi. Come on. Shafi'iyun. So no change. Okay, so we got this. So far we have three categories. The first category is if a noun, if a three or four letter noun which ends with alif maqsura, then alif maqsura is changed to a waw. Isa become Isa biyun, and of course you have to add the ya nisbat al-mushaddati. If a five letter noun word noun that ends with the ya, then this is just dropped, like Mustafa become Mustafiyun. Okay. And then we talked about rule number two. If a noun ends with alif mamduda, then the hamza is changed to a waw. Sama'un becomes samawiyun. And if a noun ends with ya, then it does not need ya nisbati. Okay, leave it alone. So that's three. Okay, so let's go back up here. Add the fourth over here, maybe category number four. Let's do it over here, because I had to use the category number four. Okay, the round ta at the end of a noun should be dropped. Let's just do it. If, okay, a noun ends with the ta marbuta, okay, then drop it. Okay, and drop it. Okay, so for example, makkatun, makkatun. So we're gonna just drop the Makkah. Okay. Now you can't say Makkah, right? Because you have to add the and you drop that one and you add the ya mushaddadun like this, but it has to be a kasra, so it becomes makkiyun. Okay, like this. Makkatun becomes makkiyun. Okay. Examples Fatimatu. Okay. So here's another example. We have uh, Fatimatu. Fatimatu. Okay, so we're gonna drop the ta marbuta. We're gonna have Fatimiyun. Drop that, and bring that me. Okay, Fatimiyun, like this. Fatimiyun. Okay, Fatimiyun. Okay, so that's good. We got number four, and then rule number five. Okay, Fatimiyun. The ram tarmubutu and the ya of a noun which appear in the wazn of fa'ilatun and fu'ilatun should be dropped. Okay, here's another if and then. If, okay, okay, if a noun, okay, if a noun, uh, if noun is on the pattern, is on the wazn, on the waznun. If it's on the following waznun of, okay, what kind of wazn? Fa'ilatun, fa'ilatun, okay, fu'ilatun, fu'ilatun. So if it's on this pattern, okay, if a noun is in the wazn of fa'ilatun or fu'ilatun, okay, then you drop, then here, it's drop, drop, okay, then you drop the wa, you drop the ta marbuta and you drop the ya, you drop the ta marbuta and then you drop the ya, so you drop these things, so you drop this and you drop this, okay. So fa'ilatun, and those two are dropped. Okay, so let's find a noun with such examples. So drop these. Okay, for example, madinatun, madinatun. So here's madinatun, right? So we're supposed to say this like fa'ilatun. Okay, so it's on this pattern. So you're gonna drop this ya. So we're gonna drop this ya, and you're gonna drop this thing here. So it becomes, so ma, now mad, and then there's a noon here. Okay, so mada ni yun. Okay, madaniyun. So here's one thing I should say. So you drop this, so mim dal noon is what remains. So madi niyun. So there's one thing that has changed. There's a madaniyun instead of madiniyun, because that's, I guess, two kasras are, you cannot have, doesn't sound good or something like that. So madinatun, yeah, and the tamarbuta and the ya drops, it becomes madaniyun. Okay, okay. Here's another example. It's given over here. For example, juhaynatun, juhay, juhaynatun. Juhaynatun is, I don't know what that is. Maybe name of a place or something like that. Okay, and juhaniyun. Okay, so this becomes juha. Okay, ya is dropped and the sta is dropped. Okay, so juha, and then there's now noon, and then niyun. Okay, juhaniyun. Okay, we got this. Okay, these are two special cases, fa'ilatun and fu'ilatun. So you have to look for those. I guess those are pretty common type of nouns. Okay, number 5. Let's do one more maybe in this low 6. Rule number 6. Rule number 6. If a noun which appears on the wazn of fa'ilun. Okay, let's do it. If the noun is on the wazn, okay, if it's on the wazn of fa'ilun, if it's on this wazn, if it's on the wazn of fa'ilun and ends with a ya, then the first ya should be changed to a waw preceded by a fatha, and the second ya should be dropped. Oh, this is a heavy duty one if you can memorize this one. If a noun is on the wazn of fa'ilun and, let's put this and. It's like a double condition. And, okay, and, okay, ends with ya. And it ends with, interesting, it ends with ya. Okay, then, this is interesting noun. Then, okay, so then there are two nouns. These fa'ilun means that it has like, it has this ya here, and this ya is also ya as a double ya. Okay, okay, so it has two yas. It's in the pattern of fa'ilun and ends with the ya, so there's two yas. Okay, um, and then the first ya should be changed to a waw, preceded by a kasra. Um, Waw preceded by kasra, and the second ya should be dropped. Okay, then, okay, first ya is changed to a waw with the kasra. Okay, and the second ya, first waw is changed to a kasra, and the second ya is dropped. Okay, second ya is dropped. Okay, so how dare noun come with two yas and you have no way? Okay, for anyway, so first noun, if a noun wasn't a fa'ilun and ends with the ya, then the first ya is changed to a waw and the second ya is dropped. For example, okay, here's it. Aliyun. Okay, so aliyun, see there's a shadda here, okay, which means what this really is li aliyun. It's like this. See? Fa'ilun. Okay, so aliyun, 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 aliyun. Okay, so then this is what's going to happen is, okay, this first ya is going to change to a vowel. So with the kasra, okay, that's what it says. So it's going to be ada, okay. So it's going to be ada, okay, and then we, and the second ya is dropped. Okay, this one is dropped, but then it is replaced by our ya mushaddad. Like this. Okay, ala alawiyun. Okay, aliyun becomes alawiyun. Again, I noticed that. See, this lam ali becomes ala like this, alawiyun. I'm guessing because the two aliyun would sound kind of awkward, and that's how. That's why that is the case. Okay, so aliyun, which is aliyun like this. This year is changed to wow, and this year is drops in alawiyun. Okay, so that's rule number 6. Alright, so there are more here. I don't know where we are here. Okay, let's just keep going. That's why rule number 7 over here. Okay, uh, rule number 7. Okay, if the fourth letter of a noun is a ya preceded by a kasra, then the ya can be dropped or it can be changed to a vowel. Okay, so interesting. If, okay, if the fourth letter, if the fourth letter of a noun, okay, if the fourth letter of a noun is a ya, if its fourth letter is preceded by a kasra like this, okay, then the ya can be dropped or it can be changed to a kasra. Then, okay, then the ya, okay, it is either changed to a vowel, is either dropped or changed to a wow. like this. Change it to wow. Okay, so let's find some of these words like this. So the dihliyun. So there's dihli. I don't know what this word means. I'll look it up maybe. Dihli. So in this case, it has two choices. You can just drop it. Okay, so it becomes, if you just drop it, it becomes dihliyun. Okay, or it becomes dihlabiyun. Okay, so if it's a dehliyun, okay, this is a fourth letter is a ya, then the fourth letter either dropped or is changed to a wow. Okay, we're almost there. Um, let's see. I'll do an 8 here because I kind of want to keep them in a semi-same space. Rule number 8. If the original from the end of a noun was dropped, it should first be brought back. If, okay, there's another if. If an origin, if an original letter dropped, okay, if the original letter was dropped from the noun, okay, 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 then, okay, sorry, let's do this. Then, okay, it is first restored. Rule of restoration. Okay. First, it is to be back restored, and then, okay, and then it's like a double then, and then the relative adjective is made. Okay. Okay, then you have to know which one it was dropped, right? For example, this word, which I didn't know, abun, was apparently abawun. Okay, did you know that? I don't know that. Abawun. I always thought it was just abun, which is father. Abun was originally abawun. Okay, I was like abawun. Okay, ahun was originally akhawun. Okay, and let's just list all the examples they give. Damun was originally dama damawun. Damun means blood apparently. Okay, and some more examples are given. So from here, then you can make the um, this ismu um, mansub from these. So now we just have to bring a, so this becomes abawiyun, abawiyun, see? And then this becomes akhawiyun, like this, akhawiyun, and becomes damawiyun. So, so if the original letter was dropped, first restore it, and then first it is restored, and then the relative adjectives then made. Okay, and then finally rule number 9. Okay, here's rule number 9. Okay, some words do not follow any particular rule. Some words follow no, no rules. You just have to, like, I guess, know them. Okay. For example, nurun. Okay. Become, then you say something to do with nur. Nuraniyun. Nuraniyun. Okay. Haqqun. Okay. Haqqaniyun. Haqqaniyun. Okay, so there's no particular um, rules that are being followed here, and that is it. So this section is about, it has some of these rules for making this relative relative adjectives. So let's just go over it one more time, because as I said, we do want to learn this. This section is the section 3.1, al-ism al-mansub. Al-ism al-mansub, which are relative adjectives. So relative adjectives, in other words, adjectives that relate other nouns to this particular noun. For example, Baghdadiyun, Baghdad. Many other things can be from Baghdad. It's a noun which shows something or someone related to it. Okay, Baghdadiyun. Okay, a noun which shows something or someone related to it. Okay, so Baghdadiyun, Sarfiyun, Nahwiyun, Hindiyun. Okay, you get examples. The way it's done is you could take the original noun and you add to it this ya with the mushadda on it. This is called ya ul nisbatil mushadda datu. Ya ul nisbatil mushaddatu. Okay, so there are 9 rules. The first rule says if a 3 or a 4 letter, so if you have a 3 or a 4 letter noun which ends in alif makhsura like this, then the alif makhsura is changed to a wow. Isa becomes Isa wiyun, and okay, and of course the ya is added, and it has to be preceded by kasra. And if it's a 5 letter word, okay, if it's a 5 letter word, okay, further down, which ends in the alif makhsura, then it is simply dropped because uh, then make the word longer and longer. Then right, so Mustafa, you don't change it to a wow, something, just drop the Mustafiyun. Okay, so that's the rule number 1. Okay, so 3, 4, 5 letter words that ends in alif makhsura. If it ends in alif mamduda, if it not ends in alif mamduda, then hamza is changed to the wow. Sama'un, sama'wiyun. Okay, so the first 2 rules are alif makhsura and alif mamduda rules. Rule number 3, if a noun ends with a ya, which is the easiest rule, then it does not need ya in nisbati shafi'iyun, will remain shafi'iyun. So that's pretty, the first 3 rules are pretty easy. Okay, and then rule number 4, okay, if a noun ends with ta marbuta, then just drop the ta marbuta. Makkatun becomes makkiyun. Fatimatu becomes fatimiyun. Okay, so just drop the ta marbuta. Rule number 5, if a noun is on the following wazn, is on the wazn of fa'ilatun or fu'ilatun, then just drop the ta marbuta, and the ya too is just drop it. Okay, so Madinatun becomes Madaniyun. Madinatun becomes Madaniyun. Juhainatun becomes Juhaniyun. Okay, and rule number 6 is if a noun is on the wazn of fa'ilun. Okay, so you see that fa'ilatun, fa'ilatun, so fa'ilun, if it's on the wazn of fa'ilun and ends with ya, which is an interesting scenario because that means that it has 2 yas, because this is fa'i here, right? So this is a ya and this is a ya, so it's like fa'i, like this. It has 2 yas. Okay, so if a noun is on the wazn of fa'ilun and ends with a ya, then the first ya is changed to a and the second ya is dropped. So aliyun, which is like this, aliyun. Okay, so with this first ya is changed to a vowel, the second ya is dropped, so it becomes alawiyun. Okay, of course we added that ya with the shadda. Okay, alawiyun. Okay, rule that's number 6. Rule number 7 says if the fourth letter of a noun is a ya preceded by kasra. If the fourth letter of a noun is a ya with preceded by kasra, then the ya is dropped or changed to a vowel. You can do one of both ways. Okay, so um, and um, okay, so dihli becomes dihliyun or dihlawiyun. So it's either dropped. So this is either dropped or it is changed to a wow, dihlawiyun. And number 8, rule of restoration. Here's this one. If an original letter was dropped from a noun, then it is first restored and then the relative adjectives is made. So abun was originally abawun, so it becomes abawiyun. Akhun was originally akhawun, so it becomes akhawiyun. Damun was originally damawun, so it becomes damawiyun. Okay. And rule of 9 is that there are no rules. There are some words that have no rules, so you just have to memorize them. Nurun is nuraniyun. Haqqun haqqaniyun, pertaining to haqq. Okay, so that's it for the summary of this section. Inshallah, next time we'll go on to the next section. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah.